Alright, so boom, check it. Alright, listen, we're back. We're here with 8 days, okay? This game, like, alright, okay, listen, I talk mainly, like, I don't have a script or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So when I talk, I do kind of say stuff over again, or it doesn't seem like I have a cohesive, well, I don't have a cohesive way of talking. It's just the way I prefer to do commentary, you know what I mean? But I do a little research on the game before I talk about it, you know? The other game, the game I did the game after this, the Ace of Spades looking game, I did a little research on that, and I was like, oh, okay, it's this, that, and that, and watched some gameplay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I tried to do research on this game. I could barely find anything, okay? It's pretty much new, right? Well, super new, but apparently it has, like, everything that posted blows up, but it's barely, like, I'm looking at the trailer and I'm confused, but the details I do got right now, okay, is basically in 8 days you got to build up to have this final fight, right? And you go around doing these missions, destroying things. So the things about this was it's destructible, looting, and you just go around fighting things to get more powerful. And you can get up to, I know you, like, if you guys are here, you most likely seen that one TikTok of it blowing up, destroying like an entire planet with one blast. So I guess that's you're gonna be like going across the worlds for like the final game in 8 days, however long it is in the actual game. But it looks interesting. Okay, obviously you could tell it's indie dev. I believe it's only one person working on it. No guarantees for sure, but if you said one person working on it, I can see that, no disrespect, obviously. I'm just, I'm saying, you can tell by the skin and then how majority of the power is used by one animation, stuff like that. No disrespect, just showing what I see, you know what I'm saying? But overall, this game does look interesting, and for it to have these powers, and first you start off in like the planet, and then like end game is supposedly blowing up. You're powerful enough to destroy planets and stuff. Like, I want to see the final fight, but like I said, it's barely like anything about it that I can see. All I know is that you go to these missions, right? There's normally just some enemies. So like I saw this one bridge scene where some enemies walking across the bridge. They destroy the bridge, kill the enemies, and then you'll get loot from those, or you'll find them in chests and stuff like that. I don't know if there's I'm pretty sure that it has a story. Well, obviously it has to have a story if you're doing something in 8 days. But surprisingly, for being one day, everything looks pretty much like the character designs and the overall like environments look pretty good. Those are the ones that stood out the most. The destruction is just it's pretty basic, but a game with destruction is always good without, so you can't even really be harping on that. So yeah, I see a lot of different places you go. So you see right now he's in this dungeon throwing fireballs, blah, blah, blah. Now he's in the grassy plains fighting a dragon. Before then he was in the sand. Well, he's in the sand right now and fighting the golems and sandworms and stuff. And then overall, it's just a confusing game that I wanted to talk about, just so I could be like, oh, this exists, okay? Because I want to come back to this and see the progression and stuff like that. It's on Steam now. You can wishlist obviously, but it could be interesting. Okay, I'm just thinking about how would this game play out. Okay, how strong would you have to be to beat the final mission boss or whatever. I don't even know. I don't know what it is that they're fighting, like a giant boss or mission or whatever. But also, I don't understand. Like, will this have more replayability? Because if you're just doing all this to do one thing, are you gonna have fun playing through all this? They do have enemy variety, and it seems like landscape is open world. But you know what happens with indie games open world? It tends to get a little messy, but that doesn't mean every open world game is going to be terrible or is going to be unfocused, because you can't really judge a game just by the signal words or the hot words that it got, even though that sometimes that's a good indication that it's bad, because everybody knows nowadays if you see open world MMO what else?
Oh, we don't think it's
Realistic, like you know the signs to look out for, because those are the terms and the words that everybody will use just to get clicks and be like the new talk of the town for 0.2 seconds. Just like a little game that I've already talked about several times the day before is not real. But well, who's here to say whether or not something's real? Because it's not. But this is definitely real because I've seen footage from it. It's just I've never seen a concept. Well, I've seen concepts where you build up for one day. It was 7 days to die that I can think off the top of the dome. I know there's probably some other games, but it was a new game that just did. It was an extraction style game that also just started doing that. I cannot remember it, but the games that build up to in a certain day, like what happens if you're not ready, you know, stuff like that. What if you're weaker? What if you're way stronger than you would like perceive that player to be, you know? Or is all the missions so laid out for you that you're going, if you stay on track, you'll hit these milestones and you'll beat the boss? Then I can be confused with the replayability, because if the replayability is supposed to be high, then having something like you go to this place and this place, then this place, then you'll be ready. Then it will get, you know, it'll get boring because you already did all that. You already know what's gonna happen. And let's say you rear off that and you do something else, or it might not even let you, but let's say it does. You do something else and now you're not ready. Does the event or the fight or whatever still happen? Will you just ultimately lose? Like, is, like, you know, a lot of questions that go around, like
Wow, you made it all the
of
way
the time limit, you know, because most majority of open world games, they're not building up to like some chaotic thing that's gonna happen. It's just survive. In Minecraft, there's not like if you don't get all the diamond armor, the Ender Dragon is gonna come in 3 days, like, you know. So it's an interesting combo, okay, and that's why I'm talking about it, right? But I do wonder what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'll keep you updated, no doubt. Yeah, it's an interesting game. Hopefully I get more information. Cause I make it part 2 where I'm not just rambling about this and that. So yeah, just roll the outro.
Cool. I'm always worried about my city boy.